EU has 3 spots, right? So I think all of their qualification might already be done, other than 1. Anyway, let's focus on this game. I'm getting a little bit distracted. Clockwork comes in. He does manage to secure this bounty rune away from TNC, so AU, nice little play, but TNC still grabbing both of the bounties up top. Tim's starting with a Blightstone for a little bit more harassment. We'll see how much Yamate is really going to be able to do. He's already skilled the Splinter Blast, interestingly enough. Not going to be starting with the Arctic Burn. It's a little bit weird. Both mid-heroes do have the little bit of additional vision. Silence already grabbing 2 Cog last hits there. Terrorblade even grabbing 1 for himself, so tiny bit of gold going TNC's way. And Armel is already skilling up the Burning Spears here at level 1. Tron gets a nice little lucky uphill miss, tries for another one, doesn't get it. Doing everything that he can on this mid lane. Still not going to be a super easy matchup for him. Once the Huskard gets level 6, he does kind of have reasonable kill threat. Like, I'm pretty sure you can just purge off the laser with Life Break, right? So if he ever lasers you in an awkward spot and he's within range, you can just jump him and kill him. And Ohio, all right, the lane is being controlled reasonably well by Gabby, but AU has managed to go for another little creep steal. Our team's gonna start dealing with this. Like, are we gonna start seeing more Bane? If you nightmare somebody, it does de-aggro, so that could be something. Tim's putting in a ton of work with this Blightstone, but so far on the mid lane, things looking all right for Tron. Still just trying to secure a couple more CS. He is burning pretty much the entire time, but he brought extra regen. He's got a Fairy Fire, he's got a Healing Salve, and he's got some Tangos, so looks like he kind of knows how this matchup works. And he did seemingly ask for the Tinker pick into this. Goku just needs to find a little opportunity to salve. Raven still getting pressured, but still tons of regen in his inventory. And Cog push back from AU at bottom, but Gabby still has his entire mana pool, so it looks like he's managed to avoid all of those Cog burns so far. And Clockwork does not really feel like he's contributing all that much down here. I don't know. We'll see how the Clockwork goes against the Silencer a little bit later on. Raven getting plinked down by Tims. Needs to be careful not to get his salve cancelled. Oh, they're looking for this kill though. Raven, they're trying to force it out of him. Can he keep the vision? He has managed to juke him, and looks like Yamate wants this kill. 4 seconds to go on the Arctic Burn. Raven has the Spectral Dagger, but Tims with some stick charges. Just already munching on a Tango. Cuckoo's running forward. Not helping just yet though. Yamate almost finishing this kill. 1 more auto attack would do it, but alright. Tim survives. I can see why he wanted to go for that Spectre kill, but Raven now back up to full HP, and Raven is going to be going for a Vanguard this game on his Spectre. So it feels like the most common build we've been seeing in the last couple of days has been just the Manta Rush into Diffusal, but maybe a little bit more of an old school Vanguard Radiance for the Spectre here. And Ohio continuing, no matter who he's up against on this Centaur, seems to be doing just fine in terms of farm. I guess they don't really have a ton of kill potential on this lane. Metamorphosis getting popped. Ohio slowed down by the Reflection and the Arcane Curse, but he's going to be okay. Clockwork not getting involved. Mid lane, we've already got some March of the Machines being laid down by the Tinker, but Armel actually already starting to win this matchup. 16-10. Just picking up a Soul Ring early on, so keeping the Inner Vitality spam going. Doesn't have the Crystal Maiden on his team this time around, so opting for the Mana Regen item. Oh, they want Ohio again. Another Reflection slowdown, couple more auto attacks. Can they finish it? Yes, they do. Gabby with that last Metamorphosis touch does manage to find the first blood onto Ohio. Still farming okay, but looking like it might not be as free of a Centaur game as we've seen him have up until this point. AU is still just stealing creep waves. Dragging this one back. Nice double range creep. Needs to bring it up the cliff. Alright, he does do so. Mid lane, Armel continuing to pull ahead of this Tinker. That level 6 is coming up soon. That's where things are going to get pretty scary for Chuan. Ninja Boogie a long way up here. AU spots him, but Boogie already has his boots, so can't run him down with the battery assault or anything. And I think that's the first time that Gabby has been mana burned here on this bottom lane. 5-minute bounty runes coming up soon, but TNC finding better farm across the map so far. Cuckoo doing okay up top. Only level 3 on Tim's, but I think he's going to be okay with that. And Raven does want this rune, but not willing to contest Cuckoo for it. Ayub does manage to get the cogs down. Another bounce back. Nice secure from him. That is going to end up being 3 bouncy runes for LOTAC. Ohio still has quite a bit of regen, so should be able to get to his ring of health just fine. But Armel, level 6. What is the skill build going to end up being? Hasn't committed the point just yet. And actually, Spectre dead up top, just getting run down by Cuckoo and Tims. Yamate nowhere nearby on this Winter Wyvern, and looks like just a quick combination. 2 points in the Shadow Realm, stun into the Bramble Maze, and Spectre has the Ring of Health, but only 650 HP, so just getting burst down. Now they're turning this around on a Cuckoo, however. He's got a couple of stick charges. Tim's doing his best to help out Cuckoo with another stun, but it's going to take him 3 more seconds to get that, though. We're just going to let him run it off. 6-minute rune coming up. Tinker's going there early, really hoping that this one's going to spawn down here. This is a pretty big loss for him if it doesn't. Okay, well, it gets the double damage. It's a nice grab. And still more creep wave stealing by Clockwork. But Huskar, this lane doesn't really seem to be too much of a counter so far, but I think Tinker's happy that he's getting farm. Maybe it's not so much about the lane as it is just the broader game, making life harder for the Terrorblade to play later on. And Gabby, he's still up there in terms of net worth. TNC feels like, wait, the first 2 games, it feels like they lost the lanes. They certainly lost the lanes in game number 2. Game number 1, I gotta remind myself of what even happened. Oh. Yamate, alright, sees Ninja Boogie, but nothing to interrupt his TP, so he just gets this ward down behind the tower. Lots of really aggressive vision around the mid lane. Just gonna let the Huskar play however he wants, really. He's thinking about going for that dive in, but he also knows that the laser hasn't been used yet, so hanging on to it. Yeah, LOTAC also kind of won the lanes in game number 1. They had all of those kills. It was like 22-8 or whatever, but still, this feels like it's the first game where TNC kind of winning the lanes, though maybe I'm just caster cursing them right now. Gabby gets the reflection out, needs to stay away from the Clockwork, but also needs to stay away from Ohio. They get the slowdown from Yamate, and they will burst the Terrorblade. He's gone. Ninja Boogie thinking that there might be a ward back behind the tower, but no, LOTAC just going for a pretty aggressive dive, knowing that there wasn't really any turnaround potential from the TNC supports. Cuckoo with a whole bunch of skeletons, 3 points up in the Mortal Strike already. Making quick work of this tier 1 tower, and him's dragging it away while a level 5 Spectre is doing his best to jungle. This is going to take Raven a little bit. Oh, another scan. They know that Boogie's in here, and looks like it might just be another free kill for LOTAC. Boogie's juking them for now. Trying to stay hidden, but Ohio pincers him. And Ninja Boogie also going to end up dropping. But 2 kills, though it's still taking them a very long time to take out this tier 1 tower on the bottom side. And TNC, that little bit of extra funds early is really going to help. Their first couple of items are super impactful. The armlet on the Huskar, the Blink Dagger on the Wraith King. Terrorblade just going to be going for an early Dragon Lance here, and TNC rotating the Terrorblade up here as if they're going to be looking for more. The Stampede gets popped. Boogie again coming down here. He doesn't want to give away this bottom tier 1 tower, but he is going to be giving away his life a bunch of different times. As soon as that Battery Assault catches up to him, Ohio closes the gap. There's the double edge. Cuckoo running forward. Nice Bramble Maze following it up onto Yamate. Going to get sniped down by the Shadow Realm. And TNC, okay, are they gonna keep going with this Metamorphosis? They got some skeletons. This is just gonna be an ultra early tier 2 tower. Clockwork at least managed to aggro away the regular creep, but this is half HP on this tower 9 minutes into the game. This is more like the TNC that we are used to seeing. Splitting the aggro around a little bit. Tim's extremely low, but they really want this tower. Oh my word. AU, can you go for the deny? Won't be able to do it. And TNC, tier 1 and tier 2 on top lane. Talked about them trying to close this game out before the Spectre even comes online, and it seems like they are on track to do that so far. Spectre and Tinker, nothing that they can really do. Tinker still needs another 2k gold for his Boots of Travel. Ohio running at Ninja Boogie down bottom. Can't get the double edge off because he has been silenced, so Alright, Ohio just going to go for the TP out. Both teams a little bit light on stuns, so we probably be seeing quite a lot of TPing out going on in this game. And Raven, is he actually completing the Vanguard? Is he just going back for these treads now? Yamate does manage to steal that bounty away from the Wraith King.
For the treasury.
LOTAC just don't feel like they have any playmaking potential. At least they're giving the Clockwork and the Winter Wyvern level 6 up here at top. They definitely need those heroes online to be able to take those upcoming fights, because it feels like TNC are just finding their stride. Even with those 2 towers up, it's only a 1k net worth lead, so it does suggest that LOTAC are doing a little bit better in just the creep farm department, since they're hunkering down in their lanes and doing their thing. And Ohio is going to have a pretty timely Blink Dagger, so things are still looking alright for LOTAC. Do have a Stampede. Tier 1 tower taken out at mid. TNC not showing any signs of slowing down, though once the Tinker gets his BOTs and his Blink, he will be able to start pushing out these waves that little bit more effectively. There isn't really anybody on TNC who wants to buy a pipe too early on. Gabby trying to keep on farming top, getting pressured, but even if he gets pressured out of the lane, Terrorblade can kind of always find his farm in the jungle, though the Clockwork rotation has something to say about that. AU anticipating to find Terrorblade down. He's still actually over at the tower right now. Town portal scrolls are available for pretty much everybody on TNC, so if they go for this kill, things could get dicey, and Clockwork actually going to kind of reveal his position with that rocket flare. Terrorblade going to be TPing back to base, suspecting that something is afoot, and he is 100% right. Tier 1 tower does end up dropping bottom. Who got that? No, Wraith King gets the deny, so continuing to delay this Centaur Blink Dagger just that little bit more. That's like, so him getting the last hit versus it getting denied is like 200 and something gold, right? So a higher would just be that little bit closer. Armel, does he really need a halberd this game? Is there that much of a point in going for it? I don't know what else he gets. He gets BKB at some point, but not yet. Heart? Satanic? What is the item going to end up being? Maybe it's still worth it just to get the Heaven's Help, for just in case you get Winter's Curse or something. They are going to jump in onto Cuckoo. He's got the ultimate, but there's no tier 1 down here, so looking like it might just be 2 deaths for him. Boogie doing his best to help out. Cuckoo pops a stick charge, is able to keep on running, popping down the skeletons, and LOTAC don't find that kill. They're worried about the turnaround coming in now. Tim's is chasing, and Cuckoo's going to be just fine. I mean, TNC did rotate everybody over towards that direction, but nice to keep the Wraith King alive, and they're going to be looking for a follow-up fight, in fact. 3-man smoke around to the backlines, put the Observer Ward down. They come running up onto the high ground. Raven doesn't actually have enough for the dagger, so he's in trouble. They're going to pop the Terrorite. Okay, he finally gets the dagger out. Cuckoo gets the stun onto him. Gabby's looking for him on the low ground. They do manage to finish the Spectre kill. Cuckoo's still not dead yet. Gabby hasn't skilled up the Sunder, so this low HP can't really exploit it, as Tinker also going to get stunned up here. Global Silence used. Or what? Stop the Tinker, maybe? Yeah, we're a little bit worried about some kind of initiation coming in, but Hookshot was still on cooldown. Centaur doesn't have Blink. But, Ninja Boogie just being safe, I suppose. Alright, at least the Tinker now has his BOTs, but still a far cry from what he needs this game, and Ohio gonna get jumped on. Cuckoo with the follow-up stun. Armel needs to turn on this armlet. Easy peasy. Ohio trying to grab a few more creeps. Definitely going down. And now a 4k lead in TNC's favor. They want this tier 1 tower bottom, but Tinker not going to make it easy. Playmaking potential still really only coming from the Centaur. So that tower being denied and then also finding that follow-up kill have really slowed down his game. And in the meantime, TNC are just everywhere. Got some deep Radiant Vision over on the dire side of the map. Raven still just trying to farm Tims. Oh. Alright. About to get caught out. Actually just going to go for the solo kill here on the Clockwork. Is the Shadow Realm damage going to be enough? They've got the Tinker coming in, and he'll be the one to grab that. I wonder if that pre-Bedlam and Shadow Realm nerf, I think that would have been a kill. But actually wait, the Shadow Realm damage is still the same at level 4. Okay, so it's just a It's probably just the Bedlam damage. And is it the same at level 1? Bedlam is also the same at level 1. Well, it goes to show you what I know. So, never mind. It would not have been a kill pre-nerf. TNC looking for something with this freshly acquired Wraith King Blink Dagger. They spot both of the supports in the river. The Winter's Curse does get thrown out. They jump a bit further forward. Yamate about to get run down by these skeletons. Battle for the bounty runes is actually going to end up being, looks like, 4 bounties for TNC. That's the problem for LOTAC. They need this Blink Dagger on the Centaur, but Ohio still doesn't have it yet. And this looked like it might be the... I'm about to caster curse the shit out of this, but it's looking like it might be the most straightforward game for TNC just yet. Tinker is still going to be a spanner in the works. They're giving Chuan a bunch of farm. And Raven, alright, still just going to be going back for the Vanguard, so his item's going to be pretty slow. Huskar is still just going for the Heaven's Halberd. And TNC, more aggressive wards, more scouting. I mean, look at where Tim's is playing. Just playing in front of his Terrorblade, making sure that nobody is ganking up Gabby right now, who is just going for a first item Hurricane Pipe. Maybe deciding against the Manta style. Yamate getting gone on. Alright, there's the Cold Embrace. Saves him a tiny bit of damage. He's just barely alive. Cuckoo wants to finish it with the stun, and he will be able to do so. They even popped the Stampede for that, but didn't do anything. Raven's still just farming bottom all the while, but building up this net worth lead. TNC. Alright, now into the Roshan pit. I think the Huskar needs a little bit of help to get this kill. Needs someone to kind of tank it for him. Rocket Flare is scouting. We got Huskar with a Dragon Lance. Okay, yeah, he's deciding against the Heaven's Halberd. I don't think Halberd really does anything for him this game. So, Dragon Lance makes sense. Clockwork hiding in these trees. They do manage to get the stomp over onto the Dark Willow. They're using a lot of initiation to try and find this kill, but they've got the stun onto the Tinker. Looking for him. Haunt coming through. Cuckoo still has the ultimate. Armel retreating back. Only going to end up losing the one support. That is the Blink Dagger reveal from the Centaur. And the Hookshot and the Haunt both used. So TNC probably right back to it. Looking to push things out. Tinker at the very least does have his Blink, so he's able to start cutting these lanes a little bit and continue buying time for Raven. And Gabby has opted to go back for the Manta style now. Does he... He doesn't have the full... Oh, he almost has the full Pike, actually. Alright, so Pike into Manta. Needs to decide on what his BKB timing exactly is going to end up being. That's going to be a really important decision for him this game. He might just try and line up the BKB timing with the Huskar's BKB timing and then double BKB. Very, very strong. They decided against continuing on that Roche. And the game does seem to be slowing down a little bit now, and you can kind of see it in the graph as well. LOTAC, now that the Tinker is actually has his Blink, he's creating space rather than just taking it. Is going for a Kaya here. Personally, not a huge fan of this item on Tinker. I feel like it's just a little bit of a waste on Tinker and Zeus. And Cuckoo does get Winter's Cursed at mid. Yamate keeping himself alive at the cost of a reasonably big ultimate. Boogie looking for a little D-Ward, but all he's going to find is the Clockwork, who has just enough mana to combo him down here. Tinker's actually going to be the one to secure that kill. They're canceling the Cuckoo Blink. They get the Stomp in onto Gabby. He does have a Sunder, so I think he's going to be okay, but these Clockwork Rockets, annoying for him to press into, and not the Clockwork Rockets, but the Tinker missiles. A little bit annoying. And Wraith King did actually end up losing his Aegis. It got popped. Well, losing his Reincarnation. That is a very... Oh, he was so close to level 12 as well. Cuckoo definitely going to be unhappy about that. He's going to be going for a Blade Mail. And alright, TNC are deciding to take this last little bit of Metamorphosis and take it over into the Roshan pit. They need to be careful. LOTAC seemingly aware of what's going on here. Boogie trying to push out mid lane. LOTAC coming in. Roshan low, but not dead just yet. Ohio looking for his chance. He does have the Blink, but the Global Silence is popped, and they get the Brambles down as well. TNC not risking anything as they now catch out the Clockwork on the other side of this fight and focus him down. Nicely timed Global from Ninja Boogie. Not going to give them the opportunity to steal that Roche. And they do end up with it in the hands of the Huskar. So he's looking good. Armel still #1 on net worth. And Raven, how is his farm going? Alright, so he's got the Vanguard. Now still going back for the Yasha, kind of reminiscent of his anti-mage game. He's just... They're playing 4 protect 1. Yamate gets a TP out at top. Nicely done by him. But... I don't know. Sometimes I doubt, I'm like, oh, well, the Terrorblade can kind of deal with the Spectre later on. But a lot of that is based on the idea that you can actually get a successful Sunder under the Spectre, and that's not always the case. Armel in a little bit of trouble getting bashed up. Clockwork looks like he is going to end up ticking down. Armel, can he survive the second round? Tinker doesn't really have that much mana left. One more round in the tank. He's going to spam a little bit more, but battle for the bounty rune gets pretty intense, though only ends up being the Aegis popped. TB still farming. These deep wards from TNC not sticking around for too much longer. They did manage to sneak in here and grab another deep observer. And oh, I thought Tim's might have a little bit more. Looks like he's just working on a Yule Scepter here. Probably Yule's Blink going to be the selection. Yamate picking up his GPM talent, so that's going to get him that little bit closer towards the Aether Lens. And TNC really grouping up a lot in these last few minutes, so trying to apply pressure. I think they really want to find another kill on Raven, but he has been playing behind his team a lot. Though this time around, looking like he might be brought down. They've got the Terrorize. He won't be able to get the Dagger off. He won't be able to get the Haunt off. Chain stunning him. They do get the Stampede. The Cursed Crown about to pop, but the Stampede looks like it might be enough distance. Alma wanted to chase a little bit further, but they didn't actually have the big damage dealer in position, so TNC now might get turned around on Armel jumping a little bit further away. AU won't be able to cancel this Tim's TP. So he is out of there. And LOTAC. And just back to farming for them. Net worth has started moving back in the TNC direction again. Gabby. Yeah, it's got to be this double BKB timing for TNC. That's when they... Around that point, that's got to be when they seize kind of full control. I don't know if they'll be able to get a Lane of Rax off of kind of the first few BKB charges, but they really need to make full advantage of the first couple of BKB usages. And they're actually going to spot out the Tinker. Can they get anybody else in here to stop him? The auto attacks from the Terrorblade. He's so low, just barely getting the TP out. Gabby almost finishing him off. And while Tinker heals, the rest of the TNC just going to come pushing forward. Looks like it's going to be similar to top. They're going to look for the tier 1 and the tier 2. Nice Arcane Curse. It's going to make life a little bit more annoying for Tinker. Won't immediately be able to start spamming out the marches. And Cuckoo's just waiting for his chance. Sitting in the trees while the Terrorblade sieges the tower. Yeah, LOTAC are not set up for this at all. And Spectre still just needs so much farm to come online. Only 6.5k net worth, bottom 5. TNC quickly finishing up the tier 2, extending this net worth lead closer and closer towards 10k, and yeah, this is still feeling very greedy for LOTAC, but it's all going to come down to this Aghanim Scepter timing versus the versus whether or not they can hold on against the BKBs, how much Spectre is going to be able to get in terms of farm. If they win a fight and the Spectre has a Manta, they can potentially take the rush on themselves, and that could be a pretty big turning point, but it still feels like TNC very much in control. Terrorblade, 12k net worth at this early stage. And Huskar, already with his BKB up, is just going to be going back for a Hurricane Pike a little bit later on. I don't know if they've seen Yamate lurking around these wards. He's in the area. He's running down. They caught a tiny glimpse of the Centaur Warrunner. Are they just going to jump in on this kill? They're actually going to look for Yamate instead. Ohio does manage to find a nice stop, but it's not big enough to save. They're going to pop the Global Silence just to ensure this kill on the Centaur. He's tanky, but there's so much damage between Cuckoo and Armel. It does cost them that first 10-second shiny BKB charge, but well worth it to find 2 kills, though TNC, can they segue this into some kind of building? Do have the Metamorphosis back up for Gabby. Doing his best. Ooh, they're hunting for him. It's only going to take 1 or 2 pickoffs on this Tinker for TNC to be able to close out this game. So it really has to be a super flawless Tinker game from Chuan. Urshan's still down for at least another 3 minutes, so plenty of time for Terrorblade to farm up that little bit more towards his BKB. Gabby has queued up a Scotty beforehand. I guess he's trying to delay the BKB until the last possible moment, but... an Armel, I don't know what he's going to go for after the Hurricane Pike. Satanic, an option. MKB, also good. He's got some choices to make here. Gabby getting chased. He's going to be fine. This is just a little bit of harassment. And TNC, once again, all 4 bounty runes. Terrorblade all by himself, somehow grabbing this top bounty, and then also grabbing his own on this top side of the map. That's... Alright, this net worth lead just continuing to grow and grow and grow. Clockwork, not really doing anything. He's battery assaulting to farm a Wildwing camp right now, and Ohio trying to move around and find some kills, but it's really not working. He's just kind of farming. He does have a Crimson Guard up, but I don't think he is increasing his team's survivability much faster than TNC's damage is going up. TNC's damage is continuing to stack up and up and up and up. Where's this Ags? Is it almost there? Alright, needs another 700 gold. Raven, it just doesn't really feel like there's a whole lot of farm on the map for him right now. Clockwork gonna get the hook away, trying for the TP out, but Cuckoo is waiting for him over in the neutral camp. It's a killing spree for him. I think we are starting to see a little bit of why Clockwork, not such a common early pick. I mean, this is the kind of the position. Is this position 5 Clock? No, Yamate is the position 5. This is position 4 Clockwork, but he just has nothing. Oh. Like a lot of other LOTAC games, I guess it's now going to be falling to Raven on this Spectre to try and win it for them. Of course, the Tinker also going to be an important part of that formula. Yamate waiting in the trees, trying to push things out. The scouting of Roshan has already begun. It can't respawn for another 20 seconds, but looks like LOTAC may be losing track of that a little bit. And Ohio just going to be going back for a Heaven's Halberd. Of course, super duper useful against both the Huskar and the Terrorblade. Both of them probably need to think about NKBs this game against the Laser Blind and this Halberd coming up. Raven is still just super struggling. How many CS does he have? 168, so not that far down on the net worth charts, but the Tinker is still... Even though he's creating space, he's also taking space off the map. Like, mostly just farming lanes, not really able to farm the jungle at all. The dire vision situation is not great. They've got a little bit of vision to set up Spectre to be able to farm this tri-camp, but their entire jungle is dark, and the entire Radiant jungle is pretty dark as well, so... It's Ohio's job to farm bottom. Top lane is just being completely abandoned. Tinker pushes it out every single time it gets to the tier 3, but not a ton of farm to be found. And Ohio, okay. Pressure on the Ninja Boogie, and then an immediate TP out. Roshan going to be up in 35 seconds time. Terrorblade, is he going to complete this full Scotty before going back for the BKB? Looks like he might be. Gabby might be planning on grabbing the next Aegis for himself, so that might be part of it. And Armel does go for the Monkey King bar after completing this Hurricane Pike. Pike is going to be a little bit difficult for him to use, but he does have the Soul Ring to help out. And LOTAC, this vision situation is just so bad. They're smoked, but they don't want to run blind up this hill. They see Cuckoo in the river. He's going to be going for a Radiance. Just needs the recipe to go now. Quite farmed on this Wraith King, and that's certainly helping to make up for any shortcomings with the hero being nerfed recently. Oh. Alright, Roshan being scouted. If there was ever an opportunity for LOTAC, this has to be it. They do have the Aghanim Scepter up on the Tinker. The Haunt's going to provide vision. They've got... can easily deal with the TB illusions, but at the same time, Tinker needs to be careful. The Global is always going to be able to come out, and Tim's is going to be hunting for him with the Cursed Crown and Yule. So if he gets caught, that's going to be big trouble. TNC... Alright, Aegis for Armel, Gabby with the cheese, AU, what is he doing over here? Just being annoying. Burns a tiny bit of mana. Fortunately for him, Cuckoo was already blinking away to go and farm this ancient camp, otherwise could have been a death for him. And a Terrorblade now with a full Scotty, 18.4k net worth, so far ahead of anybody else in this game. And BKB and Blink Dagger are going to be the next two selections for Gabby. So he will also be part of the Tinker hunting crew at that point. Raven and Ohio, what are they hoping for down here? Looking for some kind of a pickoff, but without the Manta, they've basically got no damage, so... Alright, just gonna call it quits. Net worth lead now up to 14k. TNC showing exactly what they're capable of when they get the lane lead stage win. The Yamate, they don't even need the help from the Dark Willow. Cuckoo just punches him into his grave. Almost has the Radiance done. Gonna be very annoying for the Centaur Blink Dagger, for the Tinker Blink Dagger. Boogie. Are you looking for the angle? Alright, does manage to find him, dragging him into these cogs. Can he get into the Shadow Amulet? Yes, he can. And Boogie looking like he's actually just going to be okay. He's running it off now, hands it over onto Timms, who finishes the kill. Clockwork not doing the math on that one, and not bringing any detection. Ninja Boogie easily deals with that. And now Gabby and Armel have just gone straight up onto the high ground. They're working on the tier 3. Gabby is going to get forced back. Ohio gets a stun in. Gabby force staffs in. He was hoping for the Sunder onto this Centaur Warrunner, but he's already taking a ton of damage. Pops the Stampede to get a little bit further back, but Armel just wants this tier 3, so he pops the BKB and will be able to take it down. Cuckoo not going to lose his Aegis quite yet off of the heat-seeking missiles. And TNC tier 3 and back themselves out. Metamorphosis about to fade. Timms has some Tranquil Boots, so he's more than happy to give Gabby that Sunder. And TNC just going to keep on claiming more and more map control. How is Raven's farm going? As we saw earlier, he at least has the Manta, but still a little ways behind any of the TNC cores. Boogie now has a Glimmer Cape, going to be going for a gem next just to secure total map control, and this is just some really disciplined, very clean Dota from TNC. Looks like they knew exactly what they were doing. I mean, I don't think they were ever going to first phase ban the Spectre, but looks like they really weren't that stressed out by the Spectre pick coming in. Though this game is still far from over. It's only going to take 1 or 2 team fights for... It's 1 or 2 Tinker pickoffs for TNC to win the game, and it's like 1 or 2 team fights for LOTAC to kind of come back. 17k net worth is a lot, though, and this Terrorblade, once he has BKB, is going to be an absolute monster. Ohio blinked to get in here. I don't have any way to cancel his TP scroll, though, so he's going to be okay. Timms is hoping to find the Tinker. This would be a big play. Tinker might be coming back to top lane once again. They've seen multiple heroes bottom, so he is coming up here. Is he going to be blinking over into these trees? Okay, no, he's blinking down. Timms might just have to wait for an opportunity a little bit later on. Just going to keep on camping this ward. And TNC, alright, they put the gem over under the Wraith King. He's also going to be going for BKB, so triple BKB is the selection. Armel almost has MKB. Yeah, this triple BKB is coming up relatively soon. Oh. Timms, can he get the Yules? Oh, that was so close. Tinker only just barely able to get that BOT out. And if he gets that, he can get the solo kill. I don't think he has any trouble solo kill situation. Timms either Blink Dagger in a second. He is a machine at this point. And as the pressure continues to mount, it's actually just harder and harder for Raven to find farm. He has managed to sneak out into his own jungle, but mid lane's getting pressured, bottom lane's getting pressured. And TNC, how much longer on this Aegis? Only another 30 seconds to go. It turned out to mostly be a farming Aegis for them. But 2 BKBs ready. Armel forward onto the high ground. They glyph their wave just to disable the backdoor protection. Cuckoo gets the stun up onto Ohio. There is going to be a nice Winter's Curse. It's back onto Armel, but he's actually still surviving. They're not doing that much damage to their teammate, so Armel's going to be just fine. Clockwork jumping in, but he's dead. Gabby force staffing himself forward, looking for more. Armel toggling the armlet. Still okay. Clockwork buying back. TNC looks like they are just going to take their leave. Aegis is being reclaimed. Gabby, if he could find a big Sunder, that could give them another opportunity to come up onto the high ground. They did get pretty good damage onto the range Drax. It's only got 7 HP left. And Armel drawing a big circle. I think the idea is, hey, let's just farm this. We'll farm their jungle, we'll cut the waves. And sure, Spectre might be able to sneak over into the Radiant jungle and grab some farm there, but they should be able to keep on pushing out this net worth lead even further. I would imagine the experience lead is also huge. Yeah, almost 15k experience. The levels for poor Clockwork, level 11. Yamate, level 16, at least has his Aether Lens, and LOTAC actually smoking out at the moment. I think this is mostly a vision expedition, but they would take a kill if they can get it. Tim's is looking for this bounty rune. Oh, he's gonna get stomped by Ohio. Can they save him? The Haunt coming in from the Spectre Raven, really wanting that kill. But they do also pop the global on the other side of things. Alright, that's pretty good. Nice scan usage. They had like no vision out here at all, but knew that somebody was going to be going for the bounties, and the TNC are in a good position, so someone was going to be feeling confident. Gabby, alright, he's got his Blink Dagger. And Raven does get his Diffusal Blade delivered. Okay, so his damage is pretty high. Still won't really be able to fight the Terror Blade all that well until he gets Abyssal Blade or something, and instead just going to be going for a... Yeah, I don't think Blade Mail is the answer. They're going to kill you just fine through Blade Mail. I think he needs this Basher. Gives him a little bit more of a chance to man fight against Armel and Gabby, who are still just so farmed. Tinker now going to be going for a Hex. Pretty close. Actually, wait, does he... Yeah, he pretty much has it. Might want to save buyback at this point as well, though, since if they lose one fight without Tinker, they're probably just losing the entire base. What's the buyback sitch? Hardly any buybacks here. Ninja Boogie pops the sentry down, but they've managed to find that catch. Cuckoo's still running forward, looking for it. Ohio using the Blink Dagger already. Gabby with a double damage is going to do very fast work on this melee barracks. Does get the reflection out. Tinker forced to retreat backwards. TNC staying split. Not going to give them a multi-man stomp. Gabby losing HP, but he's got the BKB and he's got the Thunder. He's going to turn it around onto Ohio, who loses a bunch of HP. Runs into the Brambles. Does get saved by the Cold Embrace. Huskar, Winter's Curse. Yamate using everything that he's got in this fight. Ohio about to get right-clicked down. They lose Cuckoo, but it's only for the first time. Gabby still standing his ground along with Armel. They find AU in the back lines. All three TNC cores still alive, running their way out of here. They got the Lane of Rax, which is all they really wanted. And so they will retreat. Only 20 seconds to go on that next Cuckoo ultimate. Looks like Armel did pop the cheese in the midst of all of that. Gabby's scouting the Roche, but not up just yet. So the Clockwork still, I mean, doing everything that he can in these fights, but that doesn't really amount to too much. Tinker needs another 900 gold or so to finish his Hex and still have buyback, though I don't think it's going to be easy for him to position in these fights. If he blinks in aggressively to go for a Hex, I think Tim's is going to be all over him. And Tim's is actually just waiting for him down bottom once again. Planting these high ground wards and waiting. Where is Tinker heading? He's farming some neutrals. Oh, Cuckoo blinking right on top of Yamate, but he manages to get the blink off. So Cuckoo has some time to sit up here and think about what he's done. Looks like the TNC plan has just become too tanky for Tinker to actually burst everybody down. We got Heart being worked towards by Cuckoo. We got Satanic being worked towards by Armel. And Tinker does only have a limited amount of damage per mana pool. So he might not actually be able to like kill any of these cores within one mana pool, especially with the new Hex mana cost. I guess the Kaya helps out a little bit, but still, 225 is pretty brutal. What are we looking at? So it's a 270 rearm and a 225 Hex at the very least. So call it 500. So he's got 4, I guess actually 3 cycles with casting his other spells. That is rough. Alright, Tinker BKB queued up next. Him still hunting down here. He's just waiting for that one chance. Just wants Tinker to make that one mistake so that he can go for it. And the Tinker is kind of bait, though, since LOTAC are also farming in the neighborhood. They just use an Refresher Shard. Up for grabs. TNC just going to head straight in. Gabby going to be going for a Butterfly next. The Rocket Player does scout this. Leave it on buyback status. Ohio running over, but Cuckoo is going to run interference. He's actually jumping in on top of the Clockwork. The Global Sound's coming in. That's going to prevent the Spectre from jumping in here. Who actually found the Aegis? It is Armel. Raven's getting run down. He does manage to jump a little bit further away. Armel might be losing his first life. Gabby jumping in. It's only the Clockwork dead so far. On the other side of the fight, Tinker doing everything that he can, but he needs to go back to base for a second. Ninja Boogie is going to get Winter's Curse, so Armel quickly finishes him off. Cuckoo jumping forward. They've spotted Yamate. Tim's going to leave him with the Brambles. Assuming that Cuckoo can finish this kill, they're going to be chasing in even further as they now get Ohio down. Yamate takes a few more seconds to kill, but Cuckoo's got it under control. Even pump faking the auto attacks there. Tinker doing whatever he can to push out top, while Spectre is going to threaten bottom slightly, but Raven without a haunt, not very scary. And TNC Cheese and Refresher Shard on the Terrorblade. Armel not feeling brave enough to just charge the high ground immediately. Cuckoo is going to go in though. He's got his heart. Once again, he's going to be the wall for the team as Gabby and Armel just go to work. They've already popped the Metamorphosis. Still have a really good duration on this. BKB is on cooldown for a little bit. Gabby goes blinking forward. Does manage to get the reflection off. And this is a very quick secondary lane of racks. TNC. They can taste it. They're looking for that opportunity. They want that ticket to the major. Gabby gonna jump back in. They're gonna burst down the Clockwork instantly. Raven forced back. The Scotty auto attack's doing so much work. Raven still just getting chased. Yamate's got the Cold Embrace, buys himself a couple more seconds, but this is a pretty awkward spot for him. Does manage to get the blink away. No damage to cancel. Looks like Kuzu couldn't quite get in range there with the Radiance. So, but Gabby, he just thinks that this is their time. He popped the Refresher Shard, so he's got another meta. He's got another BKB. Tinker doing his best to position, but he's not actually killing anybody. He's harassing, but no kills. All of TNC is still looking pretty healthy. Gabby backing up for a little bit more farm. And yeah, Raven's still a long way away from winning this team fight all by himself. It's 21-9, 24k net worth advantage over 20k experience. TNC just took this game from the early game and they ran with it. Oh, all right, they do get the combination down into the Dark Willow. Tinker finding a nice kill for himself there. Very quick D ward as well from Cuckoo, however. And still another Dire Observer. Ohio is going for a Blade Mail. I don't know if that's really going to help him all that much. Gabby does so much damage. Pop the misclick. Pop the Metamorphosis. Nobody knows Gabby. It's okay. That is a little bit of a goof. I don't know if he was trying to micro the courier or what was going on, but all right. Metamorphosis for some faster farming speed. Ninja Boogie pops down a ward. Spots Yamate, who's also planting a ward. They both put down sentries. Who's going to get the D ward? Neither one of them manages to keep their observer alive. Ninja Boogie, Glimmer Cave TP out. That's a haunt used. Oh no, if only they had a Metamorphosis to go and punish this. They kind of want to, but all right. Gabby just going to grab his item instead. And TNC, this is a bit of a chance. Go for some offensive tips. Cuckoo is going to be going back for this pipe at long last. It didn't really have anybody else who wanted to buy it this game, so certainly helpful to have against the Tinker. Tim's is also picking up a Hooded Defiance, and Basher on the spec. He's actually got his cut 3 bounce anything right now. I don't think so. No. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll do that. Spectator with chance. All right. Show me the money. Okay, there you go. The win probability agrees with me. TNC in a good spot, close to what is that? What do I say? Okay, 97% chance. All right, well there you go. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Dota Plus agrees with me, even though Dota Plus loves Spectre. Dota Plus absolutely loves Spectre, but even with that, they're only giving LOTAC 3% odds. And TNC, yeah, they still really wish that they had this Metamorphosis, but only 50 seconds. Oh, actually, 50 seconds to go on the meta, 40 seconds to go on the haunt. That was a slightly expensive fat finger for TNC, but still doing okay. Gabby also going to be going for a heart. The plan against this Tinker just seems to be get so damn tanky that he can't actually kill you with a single mana pool, which I am not opposed to. TNC also, oh my god, Arcane Wound double damage on this Terrorblade. Okay. Alright, Gabby. Chill out. Tinker still hanging on to buyback. Does have enough money for his BKB now. And Raven is trying to get out to the creep wave to grab a little bit more farm. And how far can he go when he's off of the dagger? What the hell is that? Ice Frog, please. Oh. Ninja Boogie trying to be sneaky with the ward, but Ohio's got the gem, so it's not going to happen. They pop the pipe. There you go. Metamorphosis pop. Gabby, is he just going to go straight blinking in? No, they're going to try and squeeze this one out. Armel on the one side, Gabby on the other. They do get the Hex, but Cheon has to just jump back immediately. Ohio, it's a little bit of damage, but is it really enough? Cuckoo jumping in now into the back lines, providing the vision. Armel auto-attacking onto Ohio. Gabby's just going to play the objective. That's what they're really looking for. They want the Mega Creeps. The Crimson Guard is helping out a little bit, but they just can't get past the wall that is this Wraith King. Tinker gonna try and come in. He picked up a Shadow Blade, but Cuckoo's just right on top of him. They're gonna pop the global. Ohio jumps in as if he could go for the stomp, but the global silence is still on top of him. They're chasing down Armel. Tinker now buying back for his second life. They will bring down Tim's. Raven popping everything for that kill, but Armel wants to chase it even deeper. The Winter's Curse might bring him down. Cuckoo finishes him off. He's actually got an Aghanim Scepter. So, they do have the Huskar surviving a little bit longer to get some damage out onto Ohio. Gabby coming in, gets out a big Sunder. Can they finish this Ohio kill? Do they even need to? They've already got the Mega Creeps. I think they can just leave. Clockwork buying back once again. They forced out the Tinker buyback, so if Tinker dies now, that is... I mean, if it's... Dota Plus, what do you got for me? 99%. Okay. Yeah. I think TNC... probably feeling pretty confident at this point. All they need is one random pick off on Tinker, and that is going to be it. And LOTAC are even smoking out. What are they looking for? Haunt is on cooldown for 50 seconds. They can get some D wards. They still have their gem, but the lanes are in a truly terrible position, and I don't think there's any way for them to force TNC to use the buybacks. There's still a tier 1 tower standing here. They're going on Cuckoo, but who's actually going on who here? Cuckoo pops his blade mail and just starts charging in. He's got his reincarnation ready. Tinker is trying, and Cuckoo is just wondering, what are you guys doing? Is this actually an attempt on my life? Dark Willow does get hit by the Winter's Curse, but that's actually going to save him from Raven. Gabby's going to be able to come chasing in. Cuckoo... Oh, not even dead to the Arctic Burn. And now he's just going to go right back up to full HP. The Heart's about to kick in. The base is in shambles. Tier 4 is getting pushed into. Tinker already forced back to deal with that. And TNC just have to wait for their Huskar. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could wait for Roshan. Is it a fast Roshan respawn? No, it's not. 1 minute and 50 seconds. Spectre trying to farm a BKB. LOTAC throwing whatever random items they can into their inventories before this final fight comes up. Cuckoo is already sauntering into their base, providing all the vision that the two big right clickers really need. Spectre is trying to cut the wave at mid. I don't think that really matters when the tier 4 is already under attack. Armel taking a tiny bit of damage off of Ohio. They're going to jump in on top of Ninja Boogie. He won't be able to get the global off, or will he? Now Armel is saved. The chain hex won't be there from the Tinker. They're actually chasing the Tinker down over in the trees. The instant that he dies, that should be it. Monster kill streak for Cuckoo. Raven going in with the auto attacks, but he's being controlled, and that is the GG called. Your second team heading to Kuala Lumpur for the major is going to be it. They've got themselves a date.